is Krovi this. Welcome back to Artist Banter. Today we're going to have Andrea as our guest. Go
Hi, everybody. My name is Andrea, also known as Drea the WIZ. I'm a musician, a multidisciplinary artist, a multidimensional artist. Yeah.
So Drea the WIZ, anything about that? Like, you said wizard. Like, I'm assuming it's wizard, right? So is there, like, anything special about
Well, it's not just wizard, actually. It's also just like, when a kid is a whiz, like you're just bright. And like, I've just been told that before. And I didn't even make up the name, like, someone gave it to me. But I am like really into just kind of like ancient esoteric wisdom and sharing those concepts and through music and art, and also just expressing my emotions through these creative means and hopefully inspiring others to do the same.
that? So you say that you're a musician, right? You lead with that. Is there any, like, certain specific types of music that you're into?
Yeah. Well, it kind of started as like singer songwriter, like playing the guitar when I was like 12, 11 years old. And then I started writing songs. And as I wrote songs when I was 14, I started to like perform and busk out on the streets. And I like also delved into hip hop at some point. So it's kind of eclectic, I would say. Like I have like some more acoustic stuff, but then I also have like hip hop, and I like making more lo-fi like style beats as well.
So when you were busking, was that all acoustic about your own original work, or did you include covers?
Yeah, yeah. Like at first, because that was like something I did when I was really young, like kind of an everyday type of thing, and that's kind of like I would do some original songs because I was still learning to do it, and I was very shy, and it was just I was just young in my journey, but mostly covers because I had to in my head I was like creating like a 2-3 hour set list because busking was like a means of an income as a like 14-year-old, so yeah, just a lot of covers.
And for those originals, like, I guess compared to when you were younger versus now, is it there's like a similar theme or inspiration or things that you like to write about?
Yeah. I've always like love like I like writing love songs. I feel like it just helps me express myself that way. Yeah.
When writing your songs, like, what do you usually like do first? Do you do lyrics? Do you do melody, or is there like a third thing that you focus on?
Um, it's 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 not really one or the other. I think it's kind of balanced. A lot of the time I almost feel like I'm a poet as well, or I am a poet, or sometimes even dreams. Like I like dream journaling. So like kind of going back into the wizardly magic aspect of it is just like I journal my dreams, and sometimes I reflect on them and I create poetry out of them, and then that poetry can turn into a song. If I tend to write in rhymes, so it just works. I just make it work, and then the music I think often comes at a different point. The music is something that I create, and then somehow like the words end up fitting the music, and it's just it's like stepping stones, but it just depends on how inspired and in what way I'm inspired that day. Like, do I feel inspired to write words, or is this expression not able to be expressed through language, and instead it has to be expressed rhythmically and through song? And yeah, that's the ways in which I'm like kind of like multidimensional as well, is because I like kind of understand like the different like needs of expression for myself, and I like hone in and focus on that day because that's where my energy is just moving. It's like, why stop it or why overthink it? Like, just like sometimes I'll just draw like there's no music I don't want to listen to music. Like I just need to be by myself with my emotions, with my feelings, my thoughts, and like just paint or draw or And that's how I also started getting into like tattooing because everyone was like, "Hey, like your drawings are really good. Like maybe you should tattoo like your line work." Like I really like graffiti art as well, so I would like draw graffitis or like a bunch of different like lettering things like that. And yeah. It all kind of just flows, that's really what I also focus on through all of my art is trying to share like just like whatever way facilitates that flow state of creativity, like hang on to that because that's where the inspiration is going and that's fluid for me.
About that flow state, is it like, do you prefer? Because I know I like to go outside whenever I have that sort of inspiration. Do you just like to stay home? Is there like special place that you go to maybe for inspiration?
I like to stay home. I'm like a homebody for sure. Like I like to be comfortable. I like to be cozy, but it's important for myself to go and actually share, my art with others because I mean, that's what I'm here to do at the end of it all like so just I got to get myself out sometimes.
Oh, so when you stay home, is there like a routine or like maybe like a special place in your room or anything that makes you feel more comfortable with, songwriting or drawing?
Um like more comfortable yeah, in my space. I kind of like I have like my own ways of like creating like a purification space in my room where I feel like I'm like actively creating a safe space like by I light some incense and I thank, the elements and I thank the earth. I thank my community. I thank myself for remembering to express gratitude. And then I ask for, protection and also for the flame to burn away um, any insecurity, any fear, any like thing that gets in the way of me expressing my love to the world and for anyone to express love, you know? So I intentionally create that space and I walk around my room like really focusing those thoughts. And I do that daily. And it's just been really helping with that flow and with from there I could just kind of sink in to like the rhythm of my day and where am I going, how am I feeling now, like sometimes I get inspired to just work out and like kind of create like a healthy connection with my body or to dance or like I like to express myself physically as well. So just like connecting all the senses and with that intention, it's it's just been also organizing it as well because you could have the inspiration but then organizing it into something that's concrete and is going to like actually manifest itself in the world, especially with larger ideas, not just like a song that for me I could just kind of write one in a moment and it's created and I could take a video and it'll become like something right then and there. But with like longer projects, like for instance, I want to my intention is to create an animation this year for an album. And like it's a visual album called Transcend Maya that I've been working on for many years. But the dream is to create like a mostly animation with like bits of live action, like inspired by one of my favorite movies called Waking Life, but also not at all like that movie, just like visually. And basically trying to organize all that inspiration, all these ideas into something that's like on a calendar. So I have a lot of calendars in my room too to like create structure and stability for all of the, creative energy that wants to come out, but is kind of like spreading out too quickly, too much, and have to focus it, right? Focus the energy.
I this is the first time hearing about this visual album. I don't even think I've ever heard the term before. Like, can you explain more on that?
Oh, sure. Yeah, some notable visual albums that have been created are like Mac Miller's Balloonerism, Pink Floyd Off the Wall. Um, it's and even like for me, like one of my biggest inspirations for it is actually Michael Jackson, and he has like a video. He has a lot of videos, but the one you rock my world, it's based off of. It's influenced by like Desperado, and it's influenced by a lot of cinema. Like he's heavily cinema influenced in his music videos, and he was also like one of the first artists to do that, to like start making. I mean, he just was like, I'm not gonna have a music video that's just me singing. He's like, I want it to be like a movie, and like I said, he was like one of the first. He was like groundbreaking with Thriller. So yeah, I think being inspired by that, it just always makes me want to like push the boundaries of what I want to make, and I want to constantly do that with my art. But yeah, I also like to be the person doing it and creating it. Like yeah.
So it's like different like animations, and you said a bit of like live action for each song. Like how far are you go? How far along are you in that? Because you said you wanted to do this year. Or any ideas?
Yeah. Um, how far along am I? So this like month and next month, I am gonna like piece everything together. Basically, I've been drawing for years, like these different sequences, and now I just kind of have to like actually like put it together. That's part of the reason why I'm like in film school, is because I'm mostly like a musician, and the it's like film is a whole art, and so I've just been learning like how do I take all of these ideas and make it into something that is going to be like a movie, all by myself. So I'm like piecing it together still, basically. But yeah, the goal is to do it in a year. Yeah.
That's cool. And when you draw, it's like digitally, right? And I guess like what are some of the themes of some of your drawings, connecting it to some of your songs? I know you say you write like love songs.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like about a person, but then you talked about the world and the natural elements and the love for that. Is there
Mm-hmm.
any like maybe explain one of your songs if you're willing to?
Sure. Like the song "Grow Your Wings." It's definitely like one of the songs I'm most proud of. Um, I'm so proud of it that I even like made merch for it, because it's like a lot of my friends' favorite songs. I'm gonna show you the merch real quick. But my mom, she crochets,
Oh,
so I'm trying to start selling merch.
that's so cute.
Merch at my shows. My mom made this from Guadalajara, handmade. Um, and also like this is like an example of some of the art that um that I make like digitally as well. Um, it's a sticker that I also have as merch.
I see. That's wrong.
But yeah, the song "Grow Your Wings" it's funny because like when you said, yeah, I thought you were talking about a person when you talk about love. It's because it's so all encompassing. Like with my music, I do talk about a person, like specifically, like it is like a love song in the traditional sense. But then I throw in like some wisdom in there that's like connecting to, the universe, and connecting to these like more complex like ideas. Not that love is not complex, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
It's complex.
Yeah, exactly. It's complex, yeah. It's layered, I suppose. But the song "Grow Your Wings" is basically about what it's like to break up, and like to kind of like release. Like that's the point. Is like grow your wings, fly with me. Everything is meant to be. I try to see things clearly. Like that's the chorus of the song. So um you know, I guess the idea of everything is meant to be is just so soothing, and that's the whole point, is like to soothe your soul, to soothe your heart. And I have a scene kind of like already drawn out for that in an animation form. Um, and it's like someone holding on to a balloon, and then the balloon is shaped like a heart, and it pops, and so like they're falling from the sky, you know. Um, and that's kind of like what I imagine. And then the the heart grows wings, right? So it doesn't have to like be in fear of like falling, you know. It's funny because as I explain it, I'm also like, dang, like, yeah, because it's metaphorical too, because you're falling. And when you fall in love, for instance, you know, it can be painful as well. And that's the whole point of like the song is it's kind of just healing the heart from that.
I mean, I noticed on your stories that you have like a lot of other like artists and people around you. Is there any like collaborators that you work with, or is it just mainly like you just want your own emotions solo?
Yeah. So lately I have been collaborating a lot more on a lot of the music I've been making. Everything that I've have out and perform, I created myself or with my ex. Um, and so none of the yeah, there's nothing new that is like collaborative. But lately, I've been working with my friend Jalen or Janu. He's like a an artist from Pacoima up in the valley, and also I work a lot with my cousin in Guadalajara, Istik, and yeah, those are my main collaborators.
Is it the same themes about general love, or do they also bring in different perspectives or different ideas?
I feel like with my cousin because it's like a more familial connection. We've been writing songs since I was like 14, basically, a long time. It is still very similar to when I write by myself because we're so comfortable. So it's just like, you know, it's easier to like write songs about love and family or like just like more intimate emotions or experiences. Whereas like with Janu, it's super fun and it's like more experimental and it's just like us flowing and feeling free, you know? So yeah, it's a different vibe.
You said that you're like mainly a musician, but then now you're taking film classes, being a film major. Is it um I guess is there any like pressure into just choosing like one sort of medium, or is there benefit to being like more of a free flow type artist and doing being like a multi hyphenate?
Um, for myself, it has been extremely pleasurable to like just learn about different arts and invest in them and like give myself, you know, allow myself that creativity of like exploring. I'm just a natural explorer, I suppose. Maybe for other people, like that's not the case. Like maybe they're just like I'm obsessed with painting and I just need to paint. Like I live and breathe painting. Like, you know, like to each their own in that sense. But for me, I love exploring. I think if you want to explore an art, you should. Yeah.
You mentioned you started tattooing. Like your friends said that they like your line art. Is there any like specific type of style you enjoy tattooing?
Yeah. I really like fine line. Um, it's like a whole meditation for me to tattoo. It's like I really because I also really love like meditation and yoga and just like a lot of like Buddhist concepts and that I apply into my life just to like I like Zen, you know, Zen Buddhism basically. But with tattooing, somehow I could get into this Zen state because this machine is just vibrating so much, and then I'm trying to make a straight line, you know, like that seems like an almost impossible task. So like yeah, I just kind of like really focus in on my breath and I exhale and I like do the lines, and so for me it's a whole meditation and I give a lot of respect to the art of tattooing. It's a sacred art and it's a traditional one that's been around for like thousands of years, and so like when I personally decide to tattoo, like I have to like give it a good amount of space and respect for like both myself and the person being tattooed, and having hygiene and all of that. So it's just it's a whole world that I delve into, but lately just because of all the music and being in school and like I just like my life just kind of changed. I moved out on my own and I live like in Signal Hill now, and I've been loving it. But it's yeah, I feel like I don't like take on tattooing like as like a consistent income because it's like I don't have space to make it that. I do it more as like a hobby or something that I just really enjoy doing. So only like a rare amount of people actually will get tattooed by Drea the WIZ, like it's not common.
I'm gonna say, I'm like, I still need to get one from you.
Yeah.
It's time.
Same. It's all good.
Sure. You mentioned all these different like mediums and arts, mainly singer, songwriter, rapping, drawing, tattooing. Is there anything that you've learned about yourself? I know you said that you've always been like into like that Zen, natural element, um, type thing. But is there anything that kind of like made you open your eyes to something that you didn't realize in yourself?
Like, is there anything that like kind of like shifted my idea of who I am? Or
No, that sounds.
I don't know. I'm trying to
Yeah,
understand.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think me as an also an artist, it made me feel like I realized I'm like more romantic, I guess, in a sense than I maybe thought I was.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I was just asking. I guess you mentioned something about shifting.
Shifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is constant self-reflection and growth that comes with, you know, making art. For me, yeah, I feel like I have the same thing, to be honest. Like, I think I am more romantic as well than but I almost feel like I've always known it, and that's like the mixed feelings about like for me, I feel like I'm constantly exploring myself through my art as well, and that's another thing is I don't really I feel like I don't like to be fixed in like one idea of myself. And that's also, a self reflection. Is like, what does that mean? And what does that mean? Just like keep piggybacking off of like, you know, just looking at myself, I suppose. Yeah.
Anything in the future that we can expect coming up? I know you said your visual album.
Yeah, another thing that I've been really delving into is event production, and I just feel like it's time. I feel like I'm in the right place in my life to start creating more community, more gatherings. So I've been doing events called Infinite Flow, just at different venues. But now that I have my place, I have like a really nice patio where I basically throw backyard shows. Um, and that'll be on February 22nd. Infinite Flow V3, I guess, would be that event coming up. I'll be performing, Janu performing, Redith performing, Justice Dillard, Eric Melchizedek. My friend Mirna Botanica is going to be selling her, essential oils, things like that. I really like to include healers into my space as well, other artists. I mean, even film, whatever wants to be done can be done. Like I want to connect those events with like kind of what I shared, where it's just a space where people can express themselves, and if they have ideas and share them, like a space of sharing, an art space. that's kind of like what I want to focus on, despite everything else I'm focusing on.
I've been meaning to go to one of these events one day.
For
It's
sure.
fun. Drop your socials.
Oh yeah. So Drea the WIZ, it's DreaTheWiz. On Instagram is where I am the most consistent about posting. But you can find my music on YouTube as well and on Bandcamp. And yeah, that's it. Drea the WIZ.
Cute.
World is confusing, I can't tell the truth. I'm blinded by the news and what they don't teach in schools. The system is corrupt so that I could hardly move. A young Latina man, they look at me like food. So what you gonna do, Dre? What you gonna do?